Live from Wayne Prophet, Corey, you just saw Senior Day for class of 2022 for Lynchburg women's basketball. As you're watching women's college basketball on LHSN. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Lynchburg plays host to Shenandoah. Battle of the Hornets inside the ODAC Conference. Thanks for everybody held over from Game 1 and now are joining us for Game 2 of our doubleheader here on LHSN. TJ Wingard here to take you through all the action. It's going to be a fun battle between these two sides. We can go ahead and jump into the pre-game stats. These two teams present a lot of different interesting battles amongst one another is what I'm trying to convey. Shenandoah, how about this? First in the conference in both field goal percentage and field goal percentage on the defensive side. That is a really impressive stat and a key reason why they're 15-5 on the year, 9-5 in conference play. Currently the number 5 team inside the ODAC. Meanwhile, for Lynchburg, it'll be interesting to see how the three-point shot plays out in this contest. Hornets offensively, top half of the league at shooting it, but on the defensive side, 11th, and allowing teams to shoot 29.6% from three-point land. Shenandoah is not a team that takes a lot of threes or has shot it all that well this year, but does that give or does that change at all with today's matchup against Lynchburg? We'll go ahead and preview our players to watch for this contest, and it's a really interesting one to talk about with Shenandoah. Olivia Winnell, coming off a season-best 25 points at Randolph-Macon. Did it without attempting a three-point shot. 11 of 17 from the floor. And we'll talk more about the 1 point she might want back. It's really an interesting story to look at compared to that Randolph-Macon loss that Shenandoah is coming off of. On the other side for Lynchburg, it's senior day. It's an all-senior starting 5. Lizzie Davis, though, fifth in the country in assists per contest. That's on top of scoring nearly 13 points per game. One of the top players inside the conference in steals per contest as well, all while playing the third most minutes of any player inside the ODAC. Let's talk about the head coaches. 9th season at Shenandoah, 8th as the head coach for Melissa Smeltzer-Kraft, 11th head coach in program history, and slowly but surely closing in on career win number 100 during her tenure at Shenandoah. On the other side, first-year head coach Allison Nichols, 9-1 at home, looking for home win number 10 to move that to double digits. A battle between the Hornets. The stage is set. Players at midcourt. It's Aaron Green, opposite of Winnell. Opening tip is up. Lynchburg has the first possession. Promptly a turnover. Gives possession to Shenandoah. First time we'll see the offense for Coach Smeltzer-Kraft. Most recently for Shenandoah was a 55 loss at Randolph-Macon. Long 2 for Winnell, no good. Getting the misses Davis. But prior to that loss, it was 4 consecutive wins for Shenandoah. All that to say, they've been playing some good basketball of late. And that RMC squad, Lynchburg beat them a weekend ago, 54-51 on this floor. They're one of the better teams inside the conference, so it's a good win for Lynchburg, and one of those losses that shows how good this Shenandoah team is. First points of the day, courtesy of Kate Kolb. Lynchburg ahead 2-0. And in that 56-55 loss, it's almost poetic. That game had 1 second chance point. It was Randolph-Macon's. And then on top of that, look at Winnell, who finishes that game with 25. Goes 3 for 4 from the free throw line. That one miss came with 3 seconds on the clock in a trip where she went 1 for 2. And of course, Shenandoah loses by 1. Now, the Northern Hornets ahead by 1. Therese Green gets her first 3 points of the day. And talking about the free throws, Green went 1 for 2 at the line with 45 seconds left to play in that contest. Had she gone 2 for 2, maybe we're talking about an overtime affair between Randolph-Macon and Shenandoah. The beautiful thing about basketball, put that game right behind you. Shenandoah up by a point. Now on the defensive side, a little more than 8.5 to go in the first quarter. You see Kate Kolb, ODAC Athlete of the Week for women's basketball a week ago. Gets it into Brooke Vetter. Again, it's an all-senior starting 5 today for the Hornets, fitting for the senior day occasion. Kolb misses just underneath the basket. Rebound for Reagan Johnson, who's also 3rd in the ODAC in blocks per game. This game features 3 of the top 5 players in that category. Green, number 1, Kolb, 5. Those 2 players for Lynchburg, and it's Johnson at number 3 for Shenandoah. And on cue, a rejection for Lynchburg. Coach Nichols and her offense now set up in the half court. Vetter drives, finds Green at the free throw line. Poolesville, Maryland native has her first 2 on the afternoon. Talked about the recent schedule for Shenandoah. For Lynchburg, it's also a loss in the most recent contest, coming at Roanoke, 67-50 final score there. But before that, it was consecutive wins at Hollins versus Randolph-Macon. And before the pair of wins was the loss at Shenandoah, coming back on the 31st of January. Meredith Vetter drives in. Clunks it underneath the backboard. Pushing it forward, Madison Gimbel to Green, back to Kimball. Now Johnson just in front of the free throw line. Down low, Winnell off the glass with the left hand, no good. Brooke Vetter getting the rebound. Kate Cole, points 3 and 4. Lynchburg ahead by 3. The next dead ball, Sarah Sandrell will check in for the Hornets of Shenandoah, I should say. That's going to be a fun one throughout the day. Aaron Green with the denial, swatting it towards the padding. Subs are on. It's Mimi Oliver checking in for Kate Cole, and Olivia Harris subbing in for Meredith Vetter. Johnson heads to the bench for Shenandoah, and on the floor now, Gabby Stafiak, freshman from Newmarket, Virginia, checks in, as does Sandrell. Winnell drives, heavily contested by the likes of Green and Oliver. Davis leads the charge in transition. Stops in front of the free throw line and knocks down the mid-range J. Lynchburg ahead by 5. First 2 points for our Lynchburg player to watch, Lizzie Davis, also a member of the track and field team. And as women's basketball season winds down, the focus will soon pivot to the track and field program for Davis. Senior ahead to the freshman Harris, now out to Brooke Vetter, and Lynchburg puts it in the hands of the maestro of the offense. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Brooke Vetter works to her right. Second defender comes. Block. Give credit to Green. The defensive stand. Shenandoah to take over possession. Skip pass, Winnell. The senior from Temple Mills, Maryland, Sierra St. Cyr. Another block for Green. Davis for Harris. Euro. Up and under, no good. Some good looks that Lynchburg's been able to generate on the offensive side. Now it just comes down to finishing. Nice feed from St. Cyr. Unable to finish is Winnell. Looking for a foul call. Not that there was too much contact in that play. Winnell won't get the whistle. Davis out to Harris, who had 13 against Roanoke. Oliver's pass tipped out of play. Therese Green, a freshman from Culpeper, Virginia, had 8 points at Randolph-Macon. Had scored in double figures in the 4 games prior. We've reached our first media timeout. Lynchburg up 8-3 in the early goings. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to watch between both Hornets here on LHSN. 8-3 your score, a little more than 5 minutes played. Hot start for the Lynchburg offense, shooting 50% from the floor to start today's contest. Haven't even attempted a shot from beyond the arc. A welcome beginning. The offensive day for Coach Nichols and Lynchburg as a whole. Celebrating senior day. Davis drives in, kiss off the glass. Lead grows to 7. Meredith Vetter and Kate Kolb will check in at the next dead ball for the Hornets. Tipped away, Green gets it back. St. Cyr in the face of a 2-3 zone defense for Lynchburg. Nice pass from Winnell, unable to finish. Shot came from Sarah Sandrell, senior from Waynesboro. 4 to go in the first. Oliver, a senior from Springfield, Virginia. Harris now hands to Vetter. 6 seconds for Davis to work with. Got a screen from Green. Well beyond the arc. Brooke Vetter drives. Acrobatic shot. Hit iron. No shot clock violation, but Green gets the miss. 2-on-3 the other way. No numbers advantage. Green takes it herself. Had to touch iron twice, but ultimately it's a miss. Green sets the screen, then rolls. Mid-range jumper, short. Out of the timeout, both offenses a little slow to start. See what adjustments both coaches make throughout the contest. Deficit down to 5. First 2 points of the day for Winnell. A Shenandoah player to watch. At the top of the broadcast, we noted Shenandoah first in the ODAC and field goal percentage defensive. On the defensive side, I should say. Lynchburg not far off at 4. Offensive rebound and a putback 2 for Davis. Nearly got the steal on the inbound. Stafiak gets it back to St. Cyr. St. Cyr 4th in the ODAC in assist to turnover ratio. Sandro misses it all. Davis flings it forward. Harris tripped up. Foul will go against Kristofiak. Just the second foul we've seen in the first quarter. Both have gone against Shenandoah. Vetter Kolb check back in for Lynchburg. St. Cyr and Winnell will head to the bench. As Reagan Johnson checks back in. And Madison Kimball returns to the contest for Shenandoah. Inbound goes right to Meredith Vetter. First attempt, a little short. Offensive rebound. And a foul on the play. So Meredith Vetter's going to step to the free throw line. Wasting no time getting there. Vetter, a 42.5% free throw shooter on the season. Good on the first, her first point of the contest. And it's a 2-for-2 trip. Lynchburg up by 9. Shenandoah won the first meeting of the year between these two sides. 65-57. That was up in Winchester, Virginia. Lynchburg with a chance for revenge. Kimball needs help. Past the free throw line. Johnson gets it out. Green draws the foul on the floor. Unsure if the whistle is going to be on a travel. Green did a good job keeping yourself upright and maintaining balance on one leg, and then doing so while being fouled by Mimi Oliver. First foul to go against Oliver in Lynchburg here in the first quarter. Kristofiak will inbound. Finds Kimball. There was a fresh 20 put on the shot clock. Right-handed hook. Left short. Sandra with another miss. Taylor Gant checked in just a moment ago for the first time today. Finds Harris. Knocking down the 3-ball. Lead grows to 12. First shot from beyond the arc. And a 1-for-1 start at that for Lynchburg. Johnson finds Sandrell. Spacing the floor, the three is strong, and out of play it goes. Clock stops, 73 seconds to go in the first quarter. Oliver out, Green is on for Lynchburg. Kolb on the near side wing, gives to Gant, who then lofts it back towards Kolb. Pass a little strong. Lynchburg first to reset. 10 seconds to work within the shot clock. Gant with some space, top of the arc, the three, left short. Rebound for Johnson. Therese Green averaging almost 9 points a game. Another empty possession for Shenandoah. About a 6-second differential between shot and game clock. Tipped out of play. It'll stay with Lynchburg. Davis returns to the court. Check it in for Olivia Harris. And Davis promptly with the honors to inbound. Green for Kolb, left-handed hook, bread and butter. If you're a Lynchburg fan, that's a play you've seen going on 1,000 times now. Shenandoah 2 of 19 shooting from the floor to start. Now 3 of 20. Final shot of the first half belongs with Lynchburg. Davis, right to left, mid-range jumper, left wide. The air ball brings the close to the first 10 minutes of action. Lynchburg out to a hot start, up by 12 through 10. We'll step aside and come back with the second quarter of action between Lynchburg and Shenandoah coming to you on LHSN.
Look what you're missing. It really don't matter to me. I'm just happy to be here. I might go crazy.
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period.
Getting set for the second quarter in the 16th all-time meeting between Lynchburg and Shenandoah. Currently the series goes advantage Lynchburg, 9-6 against Shenandoah. Good start to the second set of 10 for Shenandoah. Lead down to 10, first 2 points of the day for Sierra St. Cyr. Kolb gets it out to Brooke Vetter, and she'd been able to get that pass off a moment earlier. Might have been a shot opportunity. Instead, back down low it goes. It goes, and Kolb as good as it gets from that close to the rim. Kolb already with 8. On the defensive side, it's the New Jersey native corralling the miss. Lynchburg 9 of 18, shooting from the field to start. Only attempted 2 shots from beyond the arc. Vetter Green not on the same page. Pass goes well out of play. Meanwhile, a little more than a minute played in the second quarter. Shenandoah 4 of 22, that's 18.2%. Shooting the basketball 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. Well, there's been a huge difference between these two sides. 16-2 points in the paint advantage for Lynchburg. And calling it an advantage, bit of an undersell. That'll help Shenandoah start to even out that category. 10-point game again. Pass intended for Cole, then deflected back out to Meredith Fetter, who stays with it all in one motion, fouled on her way to the basket. Fetter went 2 for 2 from the line in her first trip. Take another look. Good to see Vetter is okay after some hard contacts, and now 3 for 3 from the line. Not bad for the Burlington, North Carolina native. Vetter letting everyone in attendance know the second was going to be a little short. That it was. But Lynchburg's doubled up Shenandoah after nearly 12 minutes of basketball played. Linnell at the free throw line, tipped out by Davis. That time trying to get it to Brooke Riley. First time we've called out the grad student. And product of Westminster, Maryland. Riley's the inbounder. Has Kimball. Nice drive, finish, and the foul on top. Madison Kimball averaging just under 5 points per game. Up to 4 already. Can surpass her season average at the free throw line. .3% free throw shooter this season. Starts today 1 for 1 at the charity stripe and has her 5th point on the day. Good for a Shenandoah best. Deficit's down to single digits at 8. Davis defended by St. Cyr. Out to Brooke Vetter. Hoisted the 3. Off the front of the iron. Nice composure for Kimball. Able to find Winnell with space. But another miss for our Shenandoah player to watch. Slow start for the senior. 2.5 gone by in the second. Vetter with no room. Gets it out to Lizzie Davis. 6 points so far. All coming inside the painted area. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Vetter over to Davis. Shot put up, but first foul called. Goes against Kate Kolb. Shot was good for Davis. And she doesn't often live beyond the three-point line. An 18.5% three-point shooter this point in the year, and a bit of a gut punch seeing one that goes in, taken off the board. Olivia Harris just checked back in for Lynchburg. Riley finds St. Cyr, free throw line J. No good. Last touch by Winnell. Lynchburg takes back over. Lynchburg 5-2 at Wayne Prophet Court against Shenandoah. But the Northern Hornets have won 3 of the last 4 meetings. That comes on the heel of 8 consecutive wins for Lynchburg in this series history. Tipped by Harris. Nice defensive play, otherwise Kimball was all by herself in the corner. Winnell finds Kimball. Unorthodox floater. Goes through and counts for 2 all the same. 6-point difference. Lynchburg won the first quarter 19-7. Shenandoah answers back, winning the second so far 7-3. Kolb draws the foul. Clock stops with just under 6 to play. Take another look at the foul. Goes against Shanice Campbell, freshman from Chesterfield, Virginia, played at Monacan High School. Kolb steps to the line. First 2 free throw attempts on the evening for Kolb. Good on the first. And on the season, a 78% free throw shooter. Lynchburg is a team that's one of their bigger strengths, 68.1% from the line as a squad, 4th in the ODAC. Second attempt up and through as well. Cole get a chance to catch her breath as Meredith Vedder checks in her place. Kimball open from downtown, shot strong. Getting the miss though, Brooke Riley. Dish to the free throw line, now back out far side. Sierra St. Cyr looking for room. Lost it, Brooke Riley tried to fall on it, but did so while standing on the baseline. Shenandoah concedes possession to Lynchburg. Zoe Starr and Therese Green. Check in for Shenandoah. Green, a re-entry. Zoe Starr, first time calling out the sophomore. Double dribbles for Vedder, trying to get it to Green. Taken away by Green, Therese Green, I should say, who has been one of the most impactful players for Shenandoah to this point in the contest. Fouled in transition is Green. Freshman headed to the free throw line. Brooke Vedder calling for the foul. Her first on the afternoon. Third to go against Lynchburg here in the second quarter. Green is 75.7% free throw shooter. See Coach Nichols. Watching the free throw just ahead. Lynchburg bench. Green goes 0 for 2. Serves as a turnover of sorts. And in transition, Meredith Vedder hits the deck. Therese Green, the guilty party on the foul. 5:06 to go in the second quarter. Here's the foul once again. Green averaging a steal and a half per game. Maybe a little overzealous on this occasion after going 0 for 2 at the free throw line, trying to make a play and get it back. Instead, becomes the third foul to go against Shenandoah. So both teams with a pathway to get to the bonus before we reach halftime. Davis for Aaron Green, back out. Olivia Harris tries the three. Shot no good. The rebound for Reagan Johnson, averaging more than 6 of those a game. Nice passing sequence. Shenandoah trying to attack that 2-3. Johnson, though, called for a travel. Third turnover to go against Shenandoah. That'll bring us to our under 5 media timeout. Lynchburg up by 8, 24-16 your score from Wayne Profit Court. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more to watch in the battle between the Hornets on LHSN.
Living the dream. USA, Mexico. That was so exciting.
Four minutes, 36 seconds left till halftime. Rather nice day in Lynchburg, Virginia. We're inside for this portion of it. Take this opportunity to catch you up on the others going on and other teams in general playing for Lynchburg Athletics. Softball split a doubleheader against William Peace. Dropped game 1, 7-6. Won game 2 in 6 innings, 9-1. Men's lacrosse up 25-1 It looks like that game has now gone final. Men's lacrosse starts the year 1-0, and of course, prior to this, maybe you missed it, men's basketball, the 7-point win over Washington in the 82-75, and that brought a close to Lynchburg's 3-game losing streak. 5-point game now. Lynchburg looking to respond from one vetter to another. Now into the hands of Lizzie Davis. Hop step at the free throw line. Travel called. Shenandoah looking to ride the momentum and bring this game to a one-possession contest. Kimball's pass tipped by Harris, gathered by Johnson. Harris both tips the pass and then gathers the loose ball. Freshman attacks the basket and fouled on her way up. 3:17 to go in the first half. Another look. The foul that moves Davis underneath the basket to inbound. Getting the worst of that play was camera operator Brian Shen. Loose basketball right to the shins. Not fun. Neither is an offensive foul. Ends the possession early for Lynchburg. Again, Shenandoah with the chance to make it a one-possession game. Second quarter has been pretty much all Shenandoah, up 12-5 for almost 7 minutes of play. And going back to a game against Randolph-Macon, Shenandoah won the third quarter 27-18. A little flat to start and finish that game. Lost the first quarter 13-8, lost the fourth 14-8. In a close game like that, you analyze each and every data point essentially available. And I mentioned this off top. There was only one second chance point in that game, and Randolph-Macon had it. In a game in which the Yellow Jackets won by a point. It's like poetry in motion, folks. Gant for Kolb. Denied by Johnson. One senior blocks another, and how about number 3 in the conference in blocks per game, denying number 5 in the ODAC in that statistical category. Harris swings over to Meredith Vetter. Looking to feed Kate Cole, but a second defender collapsed on the backside. That was St. Cyr. Now into the hands of Taylor Gant. She can't maintain possession. Zoe Starr gets the steal. And Starr brings it across half court with her left. Now feeds Johnson at the free throw line. Working against Aaron Green. Nice finish. Sarah Sandrell. First 2 points of the day for Sandrell. Lynchburg gets them right back. Olivia Harris up to 5 on the afternoon. Timeout on the floor with 1:46 to go in the first half. Timeout called by Coach Allison Nichols. We'll take the 30 seconds to fill in a little bit more on 8th-year head coach Melissa Smeltzer-Kraft. 84 wins to 109 losses in conference play. Coach has gone 49-73 against the ODAC as a whole. Won the 2019 ODAC tournament. Shenandoah became the lowest seed to ever win the ODAC tourney as an 8th seed. Prior to coming to Shenandoah, Coach Smeltzer-Kraft was an assistant over at the University of Rochester, won nearly 40 games over 2 years, made it to the 2013 NCAA tournament. Before that, coached at Vassar College, Sunny Plattsburgh, and her alma mater first, Drew University. Furthermore, wife Ashley, Shenandoah field hockey coach, and Lynchburg and Shenandoah had a fair amount of good battles on the field hockey turf, so good to see that has translated over to the hardwood. The women's basketball program picking up where the field hockey teams left off. 3 off the mark. Sandrell left it long. Offensive rebound, though, for St. Cyr. Pass was laid off to Johnson. Cole looked like she had a steal. St. Cyr stays with it, feeds Sandrell. Fouled on the way up on the right-handed layup attempt. Minute 19 to play. Sandra line for the first time this afternoon. 1 for 6 shooting from the floor. And on the year, Sandra, 64.5% free throw shooter. Good on the first. The senior's able to knock down the second. For the first time in a long time, we have a 1-possession game. Shanice Campbell, as well as our Shenandoah player to watch, Olivia Winnell, check back in. Meredith Vetter has both her bigs at the elbows. Cold feeds Green. After cutting to the basket, layup wilded off the mark. Winnell finds the corner. St. Cyr gets the pass. Turnaround, hop step, 1-point game. Roughly a 15-second difference between shot and game clock. Aaron Green gets the pass. Jumper no good. Shot clock turned off. A lot of time for Shenandoah to set up and potentially take the lead before we break for halftime. Winnell with just 2 points so far. Riley at the free throw line. Gets it back from Starr. Now over to Winnell. 3 seconds. Buzzer beater no good. Shanice Campbell got the shot off in time, but well contested in the painted area by Lynchburg. Sends us to the break. Lynchburg up by 1, 26-25 over Shenandoah. We'll step aside and come back with some stats from the first half. A good battle between both Hornet programs. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more to watch between Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN.
The biggest thing that I've taken from Westover is probably my interactions with faculty. I started working with Dr. Fryer. He's always available for help, and he makes sure that I get to do the experiments and not just be there while he does them. I didn't want to limit myself when I came here to just taking the prereqs for med school. I wanted to get a full, well-rounded education, and I definitely found that in the Westover program. It's given me the opportunity to keep playing soccer at a competitive level, but also it's given me the ability to be a student and to pursue other activities such as EMS. "100% do Westover because it's not something they're going to regret, and it's going to be a lot of work, but so is everything else. It's just going to help build their education that they've already had and make them a better person for it."
I was looking for a school that could provide me with the athletics, academics to pursue my career, a wind symphony to pursue my passion for music, and really have a nice general atmosphere. The professors here are really unique, their background and their passion for teaching. It's really a place where you can explore. Lynchburg gives you the opportunity to fail, but also get back up in that period of time and learn from your mistakes. I can make these mistakes within the school environment, but also with the support of other friends, and be ready for the real world when you graduate.
Today's a rough day. Jess and I are officially on a break. The couple canoe has broken up.
It's not.
How you feeling?
Living the dream.
Just canoeing. That's the Mexican side behind me. The U.S. is that way.
So far, we're all still alive.
I really want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Woo! We did it! Kind of.
Halftime in Lynchburg, Virginia. Battle between the Hornets. 1 point difference between the two sides. Advantage does go to Lynchburg, but can't wait to see the second half between these two sides play out. Hopefully it stays as close as it was. And really it was a tale of two very different quarters. There are the stats from the first half of action. First quarter, great start if you're a Lynchburg fan. 19-7 after 10 minutes. Then the second quarter, pretty much the exact same, but the other way around, 18-7. Winning the second quarter was Shenandoah, literally a point off from replicating what Lynchburg did in the first. Basketball, again, it's like poetry in motion, folks. Shooting percentages, advantage Lynchburg in that category, but they've also taken 7 less shots. Shenandoah 10 for 33 as a team, Lynchburg 10 of 26, and part of the reason for that discrepancy, 6 offensive rebounds for Shenandoah to just 2 for Lynchburg. Additionally, the turnover battle, 8 for Lynchburg and 5 for Shenandoah. Therefore, Shenandoah with a few more offensive possessions. And talking about some of those ancillary stats, the 5 turnovers for Shenandoah has turned into 2 points the other way for Lynchburg. You'd like to see that again be closer to 1-to-1 ratio. 8 turnovers for Lynchburg, 7 points off of it for Shenandoah. Again, trying to get closer and closer to that 1 point ratio. And then second chance points off of the 6 offensive rebounds for Shenandoah. It's only resulted in 2 second chance points. Same total for Lynchburg, but obviously on fewer offensive rebounds, only 2 through the first 20 minutes of action. And one of the things we talked about in the first half was the battle inside the paint. Lynchburg dominated inside the painted area, 18-8 points in the paint advantage over Shenandoah. So those are some of the numbers and stats from the first half of play. We're going to step aside one more time, then come back with highlights, and we'll talk about some of the individual stats and figures from the first half of action. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more to watch between Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN. Welcome back to Wayne Profit Court. Lynchburg ahead by a point at halftime, edging past Shenandoah through 20 minutes of action. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here on your Saturday evening. TJ Wingard with you for all the action. We're going to show you some highlights from the first 20 minutes of play. I'm going to talk about some of the individual stats, starting with Lynchburg. Game's highest scorer is Kate Cole with 10, 4 of 7 shooting from the floor. Then there's Lizzie Davis with 6. You see some of the senior day festivities beforehand as well. Cole, Davis, both seniors, so got to see them pregame be honored as well. Then Olivia Harris, the next highest scorer for Lynchburg with 5. Then Meredith Vetter with 3. Aaron Green with 2. And then Brooke Vetter, Taylor Gant, and Mimi Oliver without a point so far in this contest. On the other side, Shenandoah leading the way. Madison Kimball with 7 points, averaging less than 5 a game, so outpacing her normal scoring average. Sierra St. Cyr with 4 so far. Same total for Sarah Sondrel, who 1 for 6 shooting from the floor, but all over the glass, and they've been trying to feed her, give her good looks underneath the basket. We'll see if Sandro gets hot in the second half. That could be a worrisome sign for Lynchburg if that comes to fruition. 3 points for Therese Green, 3 for Zoe Starr. And to round out the scoring, it's 2 for Olivia Winnell and Shanice Campbell. Winnell, our player to watch, 1 for 9 shooting from the floor. On the other side, Lizzie Davis had a strong first half, 3 for 4 shooting, 6 points to go with it. So we got one of our players to watch, at least through 20 minutes right. And Olivia Winnell had a hard time shooting the basketball, and a lot of credit has to go to Lynchburg. Winnell's coming off of a season-best 25, only 2 points away from a career high to that point. Lynchburg clearly saw the scouting report and made an emphasis and a focus of trying to force Winnell to live from beyond 15 feet away from the cup and take long twos, and that's exactly been the case. Winnell just been a touch off on a majority of those shot attempts. We'll see if that changes once we come back for the second half, but first we'll step aside and we'll talk about adjustments when we come back. You're watching Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN.
Get small classes, nationally recognized mentoring and advising, and a community that has your back every step of the way at the University of Lynchburg.
My name is Joshua Carr. I am a senior. I am a theater major as well as a history minor. I live in 5th Street, the historic black neighborhood. The money came in, transfer, scholarship, all that. I appreciate that greatly. I'm smart too. So they gave it like, you smart, here, here, here. You know what I'm saying? You come here to do a job. I came here to do a job. A student's job is to get that degree and make something of ourselves. I love the diversity here. I love the different interests of people here. I can teach somebody that doesn't know what I know, and that person can teach me something that I don't know that they know. So that's what I love about my school. They respect that and they allow us to showcase and voice our expressions. That's what you get here. You get diversity, you get different people with different knowledge coming together, sharing information and helping each other out. That's what I love. That's why I say people. I love the people here.
Look what you're missing!
It really don't matter to me, I'm just happy to be here, I might go crazy.
would definitely say to reach out. Me personally, I know several of my classmates would be more than happy to talk, to get a text, get a phone call, get an email, whatever it may be, and just answer any questions that you have. The faculty here, they're great, but of course coming in, sometimes it's better to hear it from a student than from a future professor. So reach out, nobody is afraid or unwilling to help. I would have loved to have someone to reach out to, and now that we're here, we are those people that they can reach out to. So feel free, ask questions. We're here to help you go through what we've just been through.
Just under a minute away from halftime in Lynchburg, Virginia. Lynchburg ahead by 1 over Shenandoah here on LHSN, getting you set for the second half of play. Let's talk about adjustments for both sides. And really, for Shenandoah, you made a lot of big strides offensively in the second quarter. And does that trend continue, right? Do you see more of Addison Kimball and Sierra St. Cyr, who really carried the load as we got to the second set of 10? Or eventually, will you start to see more openings come to rise for Olivia Winnell? And 1 for 9 shooting from the first half. Clearly, they want to have her shoot the basketball a lot. Only 2 points to show for it so far. Does that trend change? In my eyes, if you're Coach Smetzler-Kraft, you're trying to get Winnell good shots, get her going early on in the second half. Meanwhile, for Lynchburg, it's tough to get the basketball down low consistently, and part of that is because haven't really attempted a whole lot of three-point shots. 1 for 5 as a team, so haven't taken a whole lot of three-point shots, but also the efficiency isn't necessarily there. If that changes, look out. It's going to be a lot easier to be able to dump it down low to players like Kate Kolb, who has it now, or Aaron Green, Mimi Oliver, Sarah Johnson, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see if those adjustments are the right ones, or if the coaches who were paid to make the adjustments have something better cooked up than what I just delivered to you. 20 minutes into the second half, foul on the floor, goes against Lynchburg. And it goes against Lizzie Davis, her third. So we'll have to monitor that foul situation throughout the rest of this contest. Obviously a big cog in the mix for this Lynchburg squad. Olivia Winnell, hook shot, 1 for 1 to start the second half. And I don't get to say this all this often, but it appears I was at least partially right, trying to get her a good look early on, get her some confidence. Shenandoah ahead for the first time today, 27-26. After a very slow start in the first quarter, Coach Smetzler-Kraft and her squad have battled back and done so really impressively. Off the back iron, miss from Brooke Vetter. Gets back and cuts off the pass angle to Winnell. But threading the needle, St. Cyr gets it to Winnell regardless. 4 straight points for our Shenandoah player to watch. Nearly a turnover created by Kimball. Davis had 6 in the first half. Finds Aaron Green out down low. Kate Kolb. Left-handed shot, little short. St. Cyr just picked up her second assist a moment ago. Kimball, Winnell, jumper short. In transition, Davis dumps it off. Kolb finishes the play off to make it a 1-point difference. Unselfish play there for Davis. That close to the rim, she could have probably gone up with the right hand. Instead, finds Kolb, who now has 12 on the day. St. Cyr gets it through to Johnson. The big couldn't handle the pass. 6th turnover for Shenandoah. Another look at the feed from Davis. This is the type of vision she plays with. And part of it's chemistry, right? You're looking at a pair of seniors who've been playing a lot of basketball together over the last 4 years. Davis probably could have made that pass with her eyes closed, knowing Kolb was going to be there. Lofted up for Vetter. And one of the 5 seniors on the court right now for Lynchburg headed to the free throw line. We've seen Meredith go 3 for 4 from the line in the first half. Now these become the first 2 free throws for Brooke Vetter. First attempt off the mark. Brooke Vetter, a 42.9% free throw shooter to this point in the season. Looking for the second to go down to tie this one up. Halfway down, then out. Winnell gets the rebound. 2.5 gone by in the second quarter. Or excuse me, in the third quarter, second half. Skip pass over to Green. Now back into the hands of Kimball. Does a masterful job attacking the basket. Had a little bit of an opening, but sat underneath the rim. Green fouled in transition from behind. Whistle goes against St. Cyr. A little less than 7 to go in the third. Olivia Harris, Mimi Oliver check in. Heading to the benches, Kate Gold and Meredith Vetter. Also a sub on for Shenandoah. Gabby Kristofiak. Balloon change for Shenandoah. Green called for the travel. Ninth turnover for Lynchburg, and that's been one of the areas. Lynchburg's had some issues, averaging 19 turnovers a contest. Shenandoah with a chance to stretch the lead beyond one. Winnell had 4 straight points to open the second half. Lots of contact down low. Winnell again looking for the foul. More contact, other end of the court. Another play that goes without a whistle. Now a whistle blown. It goes against St. Cyr. Third foul already against Shenandoah. Here's another look at the play. I thought for certain they were about to call a charge. Instead, the verdict goes the other way. Kimball checks back in after just checking out, and St. Cyr heads to the bench. As the senior point guard picked up a pair of fouls. Luckily enough, didn't have any in the first half. Green over to Harris, corner 3, tipped. Give credit on the block to Therese Green. After a change in the call, possession's going to stay with Lynchburg. Inbound goes out to Harris. From Green to Meredith Vetter. Now returning the favor, Aaron Green going to take a trip to the free throw line. Aaron Green a little slow to get up. Get another look, the contact that sends Green to the free throw line. That was the third foul to go against Madison Kimball. And it's the fourth already against Shenandoah here in the third quarter. Lynchburg, a good free throw shooting team. This could be a nice pathway for you to, one, have a nice, easy built-in part of the offense to where nothing generates in the half quarter in transition. Okay, let's put our head down, try to get to the free throw line, work the bonus. On top of that, if this game starts to pick up in tempo and you need a moment just to catch your breath, you don't have to use a timeout. Get to the free throw line and slow down the pace and give everybody an opportunity to catch their breath. Poked out of the hands of Winnell. It's going to stay with Shenandoah. Kristofiak gets it into Winnell. Now laid off for Johnson. Long 2, Therese Green. Has to touch every part of the iron, ultimately misses. Rebound for Brooke Vetter. Meredith Vetter brings it over to the near side of the court. Mid-range jumper, no good for Mimi Oliver. Harris gives chase, trying to get the offensive rebound. Instead, Shenandoah working left to right, down by a point. Winnell moves Shenandoah back in front. 8 points in total on the day for Winnell. 6 in the second half already. We're now midway through the third. Kick ball will bring Kate Kolb onto the court. And the next dead ball should bring us to our under 5 media timeout. Vetter finds Kolb, lost it, regathered, and tried and drew that left-handed hook. Seemingly automatic for Kolb. Lynchburg now in the driver's seat, ahead by 1. Johnson for Winnell. Pirouette along the baseline. Nice cut and finish. Kristofiak. Heads up basketball play. Harris called for the offensive foul. So Shenandoah went into the court, retakes the lead. On the other side, gets a stop to send us to the under 5 media timeout. In a battle between the Hornets, Shenandoah now finds themselves in front by 1 point. Don't go anywhere. This game's going to stay close the rest of the way. You're watching Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN. .425 to go in the third quarter. Shenandoah up by 1 and have possession. Coming out of the media timeout, we'll have one more here in the third quarter. At least we should. I'm doing my job right. We should have one more. But for right now, Sierra St. Cyr back onto the court. Had a couple fouls. Was forced to the bench. Still only has 2 so far, so she's in a good spot to where the game is at this point. 3-point shot. Flushed home, Sarah Sondrel. Her first trifecta to fall. Now a 2-possession advantage. Largest lead of the day for Shenandoah. Harris lost it, called for the travel. Turnover number 11 for Lynchburg. Lizzie Davis returns to the floor. Sondrel's pass tipped away by Green, picked up by Davis, lofted forward. Harris cuts the deficit in half. And that trio can make so much happen for Lynchburg, especially when it comes to turning defense into offense. Beautiful fast break sequence to make it a 2-point game. Kristofiak, corner 3. Tipped by Green. Now Lynchburg can tie it. And after getting the block, Aaron Green makes it 36-all. Back and forth, these two teams have gone all game long, or in specific, after the first quarter. Tapped out of play by Kolb. Brooke Riley checks in, as does Brooke Vetter for Shenandoah and Lynchburg, respectively. Another look at the defensive play for Kolb. Dead ball, another media timeout. 2:39 to go in the third. We'll step aside and come back with more between Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN.
Hi, Mara Willis. How are you? A lot of people go to the universities to find something to be a part of while getting their education. And when you come here, Lynchburg is that something, it becomes a family. It doesn't matter how long ago you had your professor, they still remember you and they remember all of the hard work that you put in. They're always there for you and they always want to do the best that they can to help you succeed. Here you learn how to love one another regardless of what's going on or what you believe.
Out of the media timeout, inbound comes Kristofiak. Sondrel gets her second three ball to go. 3-point Shenandoah lead. Sarah Sondrel reaches double figures now at 10 to lead the way for Shenandoah. Green, Kolb snags it with one hand. Couldn't finish, gets the steal. And a second chance of sorts ends abruptly for Lynchburg. Still a 3-point game. Make it a 2-possession lead as St. Cyr finishes at the cup. Davis turns it over. Shanice Campbell with a nice defensive play, sealing off Kolb, who was the intended target. Foul goes against Harris. St. Cyr will step to the free throw line. 1:47 left to play in the third quarter. Series of subs for both sides. Mimi Oliver, Meredith Vetter check in for Lynchburg. Winnell checks in. There's the foul once again. And with Winnell comes another starter, Reagan Johnson. See those two, 22 and 30, just outside the painted area. St. Cyr good on the first. 55.6% free throw shooter to this point in the year. He's become the first 2 free throw attempts on the day for the senior. And it's a 1-for-2 trip. 6-point contest. After 10 minutes, Lynchburg led by 12. Then it was a 1-point lead at halftime. Now, Lynchburg having to play from behind. Down by a full 2 possessions. Green, denied by Winnell. St. Cyr works quickly. Mid-range jumper, nothing but nylon for Brooke Riley. 8-point lead, timeout for Coach Nichols. Shenandoah certainly putting themselves in the driver's seat. Another look at the assist for St. Cyr. Silky jumper for Riley. 44-36 your score. Shenandoah looking to sweep the regular season series with Lynchburg. They took the first meeting out in Winchester, Virginia, 65-57. And it would make it wins in 4 of the last 5 meetings for Shenandoah against Lynchburg. And on the other side, Lynchburg 9-1 at home to this point in the season. They've been stellar to this point in the year at Wayne Prophet Court. So this would certainly serve as an upset of sorts, especially considering Senior Day. This is a big day here inside Turner Gymnasium. And on top of that, a lot of conference implications. These two teams, number 5 and 6 in the ODAC respectively. Shenandoah a 1-game lead over Lynchburg. And if the Hornets, Lynchburg Hornets that is, had come away with a win today, they would have then at least been in a tied spot for 5th in the ODAC with Shenandoah. The way the score is played out right now, and if that score holds, Shenandoah creates some distance between themselves and Lynchburg. Minute 12 to go in the third quarter. Brooke Vetter swings it over to her sister Meredith. Green with the head fake. Back out to Meredith Vetter. No Lizzie Davis on the floor right now for Lynchburg. Another turnover. Riley finds Johnson. Drives in with the left. The lead reaches 10. About 10 seconds difference between shot and game clock. Meredith Vetter drives, finds Green. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Back out, Brooke Vetter. Head fake. Returns it to Green. Vetter hoists the three. Air ball, shot clock violation. In the second and third quarters, Shenandoah 9 seconds short, 20 minutes of play where they have bested Lynchburg in that duration, 39-17. That has more than evaporated the 12-point advantage Lynchburg had after the first quarter. Riley, shot off the mark, trying to beat the buzzer and make it a 12-point game. Instead, the 10-point lead will have to do for Coach Smetzler, Kraft, and the Shenandoah Hornets. We're through 30 minutes of action. We'll step aside and come back with the final stanza. 10 minutes to decide who comes out on top between Lynchburg and Shenandoah on LHSN. Final 10 minutes of action in the battle between the Hornets. It starts. The right-handed finish from Therese Green. Now 5 points on the evening for the Culpeper Virginia product. Lead grows to 12. Vetter works to her right, finds Lizzie Davis, draws the foul on the floor. Davis did not take a shot at all in the third quarter. Still 3 for 4 from the floor, 6 points. That's what she finished with at the end of the first half. Olivia Harris checks in. Brooke Vetter get a chance to catch her breath. Lynchburg looking to make a comeback and make it wins in 3 of their last 4. Erin Green denied down low. That won't help. Meanwhile, Shenandoah on the other side looking to bounce back after the loss at Randolph-Macon and make it wins in 5 of their last 6. Trying to get the pass down low to Johnson. It was tip. Ultimately, Johnson gathers. Riley sends it directed to Kate Kolb. Harris lost it up. Green draws the whistle. Already 2 fouls to go against Shenandoah. See if Lynchburg tries to press the advantage and work themselves into the bonus as quick as possible. Another look at the transition sequence. Madison Kimball back into the game. She's had 7 points so far, but been playing in foul trouble. 3 to go against her so far. After touching every part of the rim. First free throw is good for Green. Erin Green now with 7. Stays an 11-point game. St. Cyr, 7 points, 4 assists. Very productive day all around. Nothing here for Shenandoah. Davis drives, kicks out to Green. From the free throw line, shot is short. Kate Kolb called for the foul, first to go against Lynchburg in the fourth quarter. Second to go against Kolb, who currently is the leading scorer for Lynchburg with 14. Sondrel to St. Cyr, now Winnell just inside of the arc. Winnell now 4 of 15 shooting from the floor. Harris, acrobatic to get the shot off, couldn't finish. Davis elects to take screen right, finishes at the rim. Single digit game once again, Davis with 8. Sondrel, the leading scorer so far with 10 for Shenandoah, but it's been a really balanced team effort across the board. Turnover for the Northern Hornets. Davis draws the contact. Whistle goes against Sondrel. Again, Sondrel leads the way with 10, 2 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc, and it's 8 for Winnell, 7 for St. Cyr, 7 for Madison Kimball, 5 for Therese Green, 3 for Zoe Starr, and 2 for Gabby Kristofiak and Brooke Riley, in addition to Reagan Johnson. In addition, Shanice Campbell also has 2. All that to say, only one player in double digits, but how about every player to touch the court today for Shenandoah has at least 2 points. How often you get to say that. Davis goes 2 for 2 and makes it a 7-point game, and Davis becomes the second player for Lynchburg. Did double digits with exactly 10. See Campbell working up the length of the court, freshman from Chesterfield, Virginia. Has the task of working against Aaron Green as this game gets closer and closer. St. Cyr, catch and shoot, off the back iron. Meredith Vetter couldn't hold on to it. Nice hustle play. Kristofiak swings it over to St. Cyr. Stops, pops, won't have it drop. Offensive rebound. Feed to Campbell and a finish with the right hand. Shenandoah would not be denied on their end of the court. Davis driving kick. Vetter thought about the 3 instead. Feeds Aaron Green, who had 2 defenders on her backside. St. Cyr. Now Kristofiak almost had it taken away by Harris. Shenandoah slows down the tempo exponentially. Just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass to Campbell, layup off the front of the rim. Nice opportunity created by St. Cyr, and Campbell put herself in a good position, just couldn't finish. On the other end, Harris touches nothing but the bottom of the net to make it a 2-possession game. Second 3 to go for Harris, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, and just the second made 3 today for Lynchburg as a team. Kristofiak tries to answer. Shenandoah now 4 for 10 as a team from beyond the arc. Green for Kolb. Another whistle. 4th foul against Shenandoah. 1 away from putting Lynchburg at the line for a guaranteed 2. 5:11 to go until we reach the conclusion. Vetter Davis check out. Mimi Oliver's going to check in for Kate Kolb. She's the shooter, so she'll have to wait to make her entrance. Brooke Vetter, one of the subs in for Lynchburg. Nothing but nylon on the first attempt for Kolb. Game high 15, and now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Kolb averaging more than 10 points a game, 6 boards a contest. And since stepping into the starting lineup has been everything Coach Nichols could have asked of her, and then some. 5-point ball game, 5 minutes to play. Winnell draws the attention of 2 defenders. Johnson steps up. Now St. Cyr with 8 seconds to work with. Has the jumper roll through. Shooter's touch pays dividends. Lead grows to 3 possessions. Davis looking to answer. Another foul. That's the 5th to go against Shenandoah. Now, anytime you hear a whistle go against Shenandoah, it'll send Lynchburg the line for 2. And that foul sends us to immediate timeout. We'll step aside and come back with the final stanza. Shenandoah holds a 7-point edge over Lynchburg. Battle between the Hornets coming to you on LHSN. Four minutes, 33 seconds. All that's left till we have a victor in this contest. Lizzie Davis at the free throw line, looking to eat into the 7-point deficit Lynchburg finds himself in now. Davis, good on the first. Additionally, one of 3 players in double-digit scoring so far. Davis has 11, just ahead of Harris with 10, and trails just Kate Kolb with 15. Most of any player in this contest. Now a 6-point game. Winnell knocking on the door, double figures. Backed out to Johnson. 3-point range on display for the Washington, D.C. native. Shooting sub 30% on the year from beyond the arc. That's a big make. 9-point lead. Harris to respond. Off the side of the rim, offensive rebound. Mimi Oliver then blocked by Johnson. Kimball for Johnson. High arcing pass, Riley blocked by Oliver. Winnell stays with it. Shot clock didn't reset, it's down to 4. St. Cyr drives, kiss off the glass, rattled around the rim and through. Double-digit advantage once again for Shenandoah. Their largest lead of the day was 12. The room for error, very slim for Lynchburg. Davis trying to work the baseline, picks up her dribble. Gets it out to Green, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move from Brooke Vetter, and one. A huge shot for Brooke Vetter. Brings the deficit back down to single digits. And now you need the free throw to make it an 8-point game. An absurd finish through contact for Brooke Vetter. Additionally, 4th foul to go against Brooke Riley. Brooke Vetter long on the free throw attempt. Johnson drives, blocked by Green. Riley sticks with it, finds Winnell, who has points 9 and 10 on the day. Our Shenandoah player to watch, slow to start, picking it up as this game's gone on. Harris, her third three ball to fall. Freshman up to 13. 30-second timeout on the floor. 8 points separate these two sides. Take another look. The three ball for Olivia Harris. 31.2% three-point shooter to this point of the season. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for both sides. Lynchburg doesn't have to wait long after today. They'll host Hollins for Monday's LHSN broadcast, then hit the road for a clash on Thursday at Ferrum. Originally, that game was set for a doubleheader on Wednesday. Men's, women's playing one after another. Instead, men's team will play on Wednesday, women will play on Thursday, and to round out the regular season next Saturday at Virginia Wesleyan. And for Shenandoah, they actually have an even quicker turnaround. They're at Guilford tomorrow with a 2 p.m. tip. Then we'll play host to Virginia Wesleyan on Wednesday the 16th, end the season at Ferrum on the 19th. To keep their hopes alive, Lynchburg, you have to think, needs a stop here. St. Cyr over Harris, or excuse me, Davis. Huge bucket. St. Cyr leads the way with 13. Vetter for Kolb. Layup no good. Punched away by St. Cyr. Johnson gathers the miss and draws the foul. And instead, the whistle is for a jump ball. They're going to stay possession with Lynchburg. Davis quickly gets it in. Green fouled and will now head to the free throw line. So the opportunity is still ajar for Lynchburg. Green will head to the line. 7 points. Been a tough day shooting the basketball. 2 for 9 for the floor for the senior. Been good at the free throw line at this point. 3 for 4. First attempt up and through. Make it a 9-point game. Brooke Vetter will check in for Green after the second free throw. That is if it was a make. Instead, Kimball gets the miss. Less than 100 seconds to play. Kimball lays the screen on Kolb. Winnell can't finish with the right hand. Davis for Harris. Kimball there to force the miss. Might have been a numbers advantage for Shenandoah, but St. Cyr slows the tempo and figured to see Shenandoah use the clock as their friend. Less than a minute to go. Instead, shot comes up with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Winnell makes it an 11-point contest. Kolb draws the contact. Now Kolb will head to the free throw line, but a little slow to get up. Lynchburg's been able to get to the free throw line, 13 of 21 as a team. Percentage slightly below their season average. Another look at the make from Winnell. It's up to 12 on the day, just 1 point behind Sierra St. Cyr. There's Shenandoah's highest scorer with 13. Kolb has a game best 15, 3 for 4 from the line to this point. First attempt, halfway down, then out. Lynchburg was shooting north of 50% at the end of the first quarter. As a team now, shooting 36% from the floor. And it's been pretty close here in the fourth quarter. Kolb goes 0 for 2, so it stays Shenandoah winning the fourth 17-16. But it was a 12-point win at the end of the first quarter for Lynchburg, but the second and the third are the ones that you'll look back at if you're a Lynchburg fan and say, what went wrong? And that's the tape you want to analyze and try to get the fixes in order for the final 3 games of the regular season. Johnson against Meredith Vetter. Whistle called. Johnson heads to the line now. 69.2% free throw shooter on the year. Here's another look. See Meredith Vedder reaching in at the very end, and now all seniors on the floor, or all but Harris were seniors. They check out, and a cluster of underclassmen sub on, and the seniors get a round of applause as they check out with less than 30 seconds to play. Really nice gesture for Coach Nichols. That way those seniors can get one last round of applause and recognize all they've done over their 4 years for this Lynchburg women's basketball program. Johnson goes 2 for 2. Now has 7 points on her afternoon. Shanice Campbell checks in for Johnson. Shot clock's turned off. More than likely the last time we'll see the Hornets offense is Mackenzie Brundage. Taylor Gann on the near side. 12 seconds to play. No separation past Kimball. 3 from the corner, left short by Reagan Moore. Jump ball called, stops the clock with 2.5 ticks to play. Alternating possession. We'll have Shenandoah take over possession and dribble out the remaining clock. Shenandoah sweeps Lynchburg on the regular season. And Shenandoah rises to 16-5 on the year, 10-5. Conference play and become winners in 5 of the last 6, and will stave off Lynchburg. Had a chance to have these two teams switch spots, or at least have a tie for 5th in the ODAC. Shenandoah minimum will stay in that spot. Meanwhile, Lynchburg falls to 12-10 on the year, 8-7 in conference play, and now 5-3 at home all time against Shenandoah. And it becomes consecutive losses, first against Roanoke on Wednesday, and then Shenandoah this afternoon to sour Senior Day festivities for Lynchburg. Both teams will be in action very quickly. Shenandoah tomorrow at Guilford, 2 p.m. tip. Lynchburg on LHSN Monday night, 7 p.m. tip. And a battle against Hollins. Hope to have you with us for that contest. But that's going to do it for us, and a doubleheader from Wayne Prophet Court. Thank you, everybody who tuned in throughout our broadcast. Also, the softball coverage over at Moon Field. We appreciate everybody checking out all the great action around the University of Lynchburg. But for today, we are all finished. For my director, Sam Rice, the rest of our fantastic LHSN broadcast crew, my name's TJ Wingert, and until next time, we are signing off.